Yes, now let's bring the conversation home again, where President Bola Tinubu has ordered the police to withdraw from the premises of the Ondo State House of Assembly in Akure. The order came shortly after the president's intervention in the political crisis ongoing in the state, sparked by the imbroglio between ailing Governor Rotimi Akeredolu and his deputy, allegedly over a succession plan. Meanwhile, the crisis was said to have been resolved after many hours of deliberations between President Bola Tinubu and Ondo State officials, as well as the stakeholders of the All Progressives Congress. The president met with the party stakeholders in Aso Villa in Abuja on Sunday. Well, Arise analyst Dayo Sobowale is joining us now to speak on the crisis in Ondo State and how timely or otherwise the president's intervention is. Good afternoon. Great to have you on the program as always, Mr. Sobowale.
Pleasure to be here.
Good to see you, Mr. Sho.
I've missed you. From Cairo all over the world.
I'm back now. I'm back with you.
Okay.
Right. Now, let's get straight into this, Mr. Sobowale.
Right.
Who is the greatest beneficiary of this current, shall I call it, impasse or truce brokered by the president? Because it seems both parties, that's the governor's party and the deputy governor's parties, have all walked away smiling. Who's the biggest winner?
I think the state. The state. Ondo State is the main beneficiary. And I think it is a very successful peace-making exercise. It has shown that the party is in charge. So he won decision like that, which took a long time, because from what I read, Tinubu had about a 6-hour meeting with the Akeredolu representatives, and then about that with the deputy governor and his people too. So in a way, impeachment has been averted. What has been put on the ground is the maintenance of the status quo, the way they have said it. There is no acting governor, because they are still a sitting governor, albeit incapacitated and inoperative. But then you have to applaud the intervention of the president, even though it took a while. But then it took a toll on his own health too. People should not be having a 12-hour meeting because they want to settle a state problem. But you see, what you can learn from it are many. Party supremacy, party discipline, party cohesion, and party unity. All that manifested in what the APC has done. You see, it's not a matter of making merry with PDP's problem. But PDP had a similar problem on the eve of the election that disintegrated the party, and it has not recovered from now. I'm happy at the way the center of the party, which is the presidency now, has intervened. And like I said, the people of the state are the beneficiary, because they have the opportunity of having those elected to govern them do what they are supposed to do. The executive has been restored, literally. The legislature cannot think of impeachment again. And Lucky Adetiwa will face his role as deputy governor until the expiration of their tenure, which is very realistic. But then everything has not been thrown into the wind. They are being monitored, you get me, by a 3-man panel. The speaker, the chairman of the party, and the secretary to the state government. So the paraphernalia of office and the functionality of governance are in place. So I think it's a successful peacemaking exercise, which other parties, especially Labour and PDP, should learn from. Although you trust PDP, they have said that the peace is almost like the peace of the graveyard, that it had happened before.
Window dressing is what they said.
But I think this should settle the entire imbroglio, like you called it. It should settle it totally. And I'm happy with it. I'm happy for the people of the state.
All right, then, Mr. Sobowale, two things. First off, I wanted to talk about, the perception, of Akeredolu's public presence or absence, because it's almost as if what we're seeing is he's not really there. So when we look at that influencing the ongoing political dynamics, what do you think that role of his him being in the public or being absent, what role do you think it will affect this resolution, going forward? Because I mean, it's been solved now, but we're looking at an impeachment barely a few days ago. That relationship between the governor and the deputy governor going forward, and the governor's absence or presence affecting the resolution of this crisis.
You should see the human side of this entire episode. It's not the first time that you have people incapacitated. The Chinese have a saying, count no man lucky until he's dead. It's only a dead man who can say nothing can happen to him. We had the president before who died in office, who was sick for a long time.
Yes.
See, we survived it. We had the president before who was sick for a long time, the last president. And some people were saying even he was cloned, but after that he survived. Then COVID came, he didn't even experience any COVID. And he left office in one piece. He said it has happened, it's not only here. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who fought the Second World War, had polio in middle age. And he led America to one of the most fantastic economic recovery after the Great Depression, after the First World War. The present governor of Texas, one of the largest states in the is on wheelchair. So Akeredolu's case is no exception. What should have empathy? That's the human side of this settlement. Let nobody gloat over another person's frailties or infirmities, because nobody knows what tomorrow will bring. So you must have some empathy for that arrangement. And I think that is the leading. You see, it's not easy for people to gloat over people's infirmities. So nobody does that. That would be wicked. But then, in spite of his frailties, the leader of the party has given him some empathy and allowed him to complete his tenure. So let's look at it on humanitarian grounds, on the grounds of mercy.
Now, looking at it from political grounds, of course, we are very close to the eve of an election in Ondo State. An intervention has been made before, and that was by the Bello Masari Reconciliation Committee, which didn't change much in terms of, as much as, reconciliation efforts were made, the actions continues to be taken. Of course, this is a different position because it's coming from the president. However, how much of this do you think might deteriorate further because there is in essence a scramble to the next governorship election as the backdrop of this crisis?
You see, that's the viewpoint of the PDP, making a mockery, which is, that's politics. That's the viewpoint of the PDP. I'm sure that you have empathy for the governor as a human being. But at the same time, you see, that is politics. You make merry with the embarrassment of your opponent, although you don't do it in a wicked way. That shows that you have no mercy for those who have infirmities. And I'm sure the PDP knows that line. They know that line. But on the election, I'm sure the PDP is ready for the election. APC too. They are in power. Power is sweet, it's an aphrodisiac. Nobody wants to lose power. With the three, how do I call it, guardian angels, the secretary to the government, chairman of the party, effectively the party is in control. The party is there. The secretary to the government runs, makes sure the bureaucracy, the administration is working, and the speaker is in charge of not having impeachment again. So it is a triangle of power that should stabilize the APC in Ondo State and prepare them to face the PDP, who I'm sure will pray that the entire episode will emasculate the APC, which is to be expected.
Does it put
a competition.
Does it put Ayedatiwa in a sweet position to possibly run for governor?
Who?
Lucky Ayedatiwa.
Obviously, if he keeps to this, and then that it's politics. Once the tenure is over, you don't know who will emerge. You don't know who will emerge, and you don't know how the political equation will settle itself. So you never know. Maybe it could be rewarded for playing ball here, but some people may say that don't let me hold brief for his opponents. You get me? But they do not tell me. But some people may say, no, he put us through hell, he should not come back again. It is an unfolding situation, and it is a human political situation. So nobody knows how it will end.
All right, then. Thank you, Mr. Sobowale. It has been very enlightening. It's been good to have you on the show.